Welcome to the Intuitive Hour with psychic medium, author, and intuitive life coach, MICHELLEI Beltran. The Intuitive Hour will empower you to learn how to magnify your intuitive voice. Listen in and expand your understanding of what it means to be psychic and how to awaken, amplify, and trust your inner voice.
Hello and welcome from wherever you are on this planet at this present time. I'm sure happy that you're joining me today. We're moving right along discussing the chapters of my book, Take the Leap, What It Really Means to Be Psychic. And today's episode is all about spirit guides. Spirit guides meaning the entities designed to help and advise you on this physical plane of existence. Your guides, and everyone has more than one, were given to you before you were made flesh. They are non-corporeal beings assigned by the universal mind to travel alongside you while you exist on this earth. They're responsible for helping you navigate your way through life, expand your realization of your higher self, and make your journey easier. Your spirit guides will advise, nudge, comfort, and of course, guide. Their purpose is not to do things for you or make your decisions. They're just to guide and inform. They're kindly entities, specifically concerned with your good, nothing more. There are spirits of the departed, like loved ones, who have passed on, engaged in helping and guiding, but they are not considered spirit guides. Spirit guides are different and should not be confused with guardian angels or angels of any kind for that matter. The best explanation for spirit guides is to say they are entities composed of energy, which do not have substance, and which are often directed to aid your higher self. Spirit guides are uniquely able to help where intuition is not. This is because spirit guides know all that has been and is now going on in your life. They're entities that may or may not work in concert with other guides on your behalf. They may appear to have male or female characteristics, but they're neither male nor female. Those characteristics are there to aid your human understanding and to give you something with which you can easily identify. Your spirit guides also communicate in a very unique way. They come across through thoughts, strong thoughts. They send messages in the same way messages are sent to spirit interactors or mediums. So know that their connection with humans is always gentle. You should think about it as receiving a message, unlike intuition or mental insight. It's stronger and more directed than that. The best way to think of spirit guide connections is to think of them as concerned messages with direction. Spirit guide relationships are also very unique. They're relationships you should cultivate as any other meaningful and important relationship requiring nurturing and caring. A spirit guide relationship needs the same level of commitment and time any significant relationship requires. The more time and attention you give to cultivating open lines of communication with your guide, the stronger your relationship will become. So let's talk just a little bit about the types of guides. Most commonly is what I like to call our best friend guide. Your best friend guide will be your main guide. This guide will be the one with whom you will spend most of your time and have most of your interaction. This guide is similar to a friend. It behaves like a companion, bringing comfort, laughter, and joy. This guide is around to remind you to handle situations with kindness and diplomacy. It's there to remind you to take a breath when things go wrong and to be patient with things difficult to change. This guide advises when choices involve your happiness. It's also believed that the best friend guide has lived a human life. Because of this guide understands all you're experiencing and what the outcomes of decisions may be. If you're needing a little boost to balance your day or to reignite your clarity of thought, your best friend guide is the one to help. If you find yourself a bit down, expect your best friend guide to appear and prompt you to rethink your situation. This guide will remind you to laugh. Remember, your best friend guide is always present. We also have what's called a guardian guide. The job of your guardian guide is to keep you aware, forewarned, and safe. This guide often comes with messages of caution and warning. Think of the guardian guide as your chief protector. If you have a feeling cautioning you, it's probably your guardian guide instructing you to be careful. Your wisdom or scholar guide is your teacher. If this guide were an actual human living on Earth, it might take on the form of a wise old man or woman with profound insights. It might be an individual with incomparable wisdom whom you find easy to trust. If you have questions about learning, education, or philosophy, this is the guide who will assist you. It's the spiritual guru, versed in education and learning. So our body balance guide is very in tune to our physical body. We have only one physical body, and it's sacred. The body balance guide is concerned with your health and wellness, your diet, exercise, and medical care. If you hear a voice or have an intuitive nudge advising that this is not a good choice for your body, then listen. It's your body balance guide giving you that nudge. Finally, we come to our short-term guides. And understand that it's quite possible to ask the universe for a short-term guide to help you in a temporary endeavor ongoing in your life. These are guides with a particular skill or information. If you're writing a book, then you may want to call on a guide skilled in that area. If you're preparing for a test, you may consider a guide with expertise in that particular field of study. All kinds of spirit guides, as helpful as they are, can't and will not make decisions for you. They're available only to assist you. There is a conundrum about the effectiveness of guides. Because we have a deep intuitive knowledge about what is right for us and what is right to do, we don't always need a voice outside of ourselves, spirit guides or spirit or anyone else, telling us what to do. But because human beings tend to not obey those things they know to be right, other entities often need to intervene to reinforce the necessity for doing what is right. Insecurity over a decision may not be valid. Dig deep within, and the choice will always be clear. Just remember to make choices that meld with your own goals and needs, not the goals and needs of others. The good news is that if you think you need the advice of a guide, you can have one wherever you choose. In closing today, I want to talk with you a little bit about how to connect with your spirit guides. It's quite simple, actually. The first step is to simply set your intention to connect with your spirit guide. Your intention is powerful. Next, sit in a relaxed, meditative state in a comfortable location. Meditation is where the profound but remarkably gentle joining of you and your spirit guide will happen. Say a prayer to invite your guide to join you. You might say, "Spirit guide, thank you for coming. I intend accurate, open lines of communication with you. I invite you into my space now." Next, listen and trust. Know that messages are subtle. There is no need to look for them. Rather, sit back, relax, and let those messages naturally float in. Don't forget to use your sensibilities. Messages may come from all of your senses. Last, be consistent. Don't give up if messages from your guides don't present right away. This is a magnificently high vibrational relationship process. You and your spirit guides are adjusting to one another. It requires raising your vibrational frequency and the lowering of theirs. You will meet somewhere in the middle. It may require a few meditations before you have a clear awareness of your guides.
Thanks for listening to the Intuitive Hour with Michelle Beltran. If you like what you heard, please share our podcast with a friend. And be sure to visit michellebeltran.com to get Michelle's popular Develop Your Clairvoyance ebook.